What's up, guys? Welcome to another video. Darius here. Thank you for tuning in. Today I wanted to go over my summer EDC setup. We're just getting off of winter and spring where we got away with carrying a bazooka. Essentially, we got extra layers. We can carry, anything and everything. Summertime is a little bit different. Where I'm at, it gets hot as hell. It gets humid. We're sweating. We're running around, running errands. Kids are out of school. We're doing a lot of shit. And I just want to showcase what I carry throughout the day to get me through the day. So without further ado, let's get going. The first couple things are accessories that I consider essentials, and I pretty much have them every day. Just gonna lay them out and go over them, and let me know in the comments if any of these accessories resonate with you, or if they ring a bell, or if you carry the same thing. So pretty much these accessories I carry every day. Now, some days I may carry one, not the other. Some days it really depends on the day and what I have going on. If I'm doing something with the kids, if I'm doing something with the family, if I'm doing something with the dog, the pool. I just picked up fishing officially. You know, when you're a kid, you fish, you don't really know what you're doing. As an adult, I'm on Amazon looking at, fishing stuff, officially. Like, I'm full blown into it. I picked up golf not too long ago. So I'm out here doing stuff. So these things I usually have on me in one way or another, or in one capacity or another. And it helps me get throughout the day, and it helps me accomplish different things. First is my watch. I pretty much always have my Apple Watch on. It does so much. It keeps tabs of so many things for me. The older I get, the more I try to be aware of what's going on with my body, aware of what's going on with my schedule, aware of my notifications. And my watch does a really good job of that. So I pretty much always have my watch. I can be out swimming, I can be out running, whatever. Always have my watch on. This is the newest generation with these Apple products. I don't even remember which one this is. I just know it's one of the newest ones. And it does a great job. It's indestructible, no complaints whatsoever. So the Apple Watch is the watch I usually have on. I have other watches, but what you'll notice with this EDC stuff is it doesn't matter if you buy new things or not. We eventually, as humans, we find what works for us, and then we just go back to that over and over again. So I may own 100 watches, but if the Apple Watch is what I like and what I love and what fits with most of what I do every day, it's about convenience. And I'm big into structure and being, repetitiveness. I don't know if it was the military, if it was sports, younger, I don't know what it is, but structure is important to me. And one of the easiest ways to establish structure is with a routine. And yeah, it's a great choice. So really love it. No complaints. Apple Watch is the watch I really go to. Now, as far as like music, tunes, phone calls, I used to carry my AirPods everywhere all the time. Now, even when I was a kid, I suffered from headaches, and I don't know if it were pressure headaches or migraines, but I suffered from that, figured out how to get rid of it, didn't have an issue with it until adult life. And not lately, but last couple years, I've noticed that with these AirPods or anything wireless, if I wear it for a prolonged period of time, I get headaches. So I pretty much have stopped rocking my AirPods, and they collect dust essentially. And I pretty much rock the wired Apple headphones everywhere. Not only do I get better sound quality, I don't get the headaches anymore. So I don't know the science behind it. I don't know what the mumbo jumbo is behind it. I don't know what it is. I just know that I don't get the headaches when I have the wired headphones, and these things are like 20 bucks. I mean, I have them everywhere. And for the price of these, for the price of what you pay for these, you can have an army of these and be just fine. Sometimes I still carry these in my bag or something like that, just in case. But for the most part, I pretty much have wired headphones with me. And again, the sound quality is a lot better, no more headaches. And I don't know, I kind of feel like part of this little club where, those people that refuse to modernize, I kind of feel part of that club when it comes to headphones. But it's not by choice. It's purely because they work better and no more headaches. So Apple products, as you can see, I love them. I'm an Apple fanboy. There's nothing more I can say about that. Now, I pretty much always try to carry a lighter with me. I don't know if this was from Boy Scouts, but ever since I was a kid, I pretty much always try to have a lighter on me. even as an adult, as a business owner, I don't know how many conversations I've started with a lighter, or how many connections, or what's the word I'm looking for? How many interactions I've had where a lighter facilitated that. So I don't carry it just for emergency situations. This actually is a great segue into making connections with other people. I know it's crazy to say that it's just a lighter, but I try to have a lighter with me pretty much everywhere I go. So I pretty much always have a lighter with me. Also, pretty much always try to carry a writing apparatus with me. I think I picked that up in the military. Now, it doesn't always have to be a fancy pen. It doesn't always have to be the nicest pen. This pen in particular is a Parker pen. This was a gift from a friend a long time ago, and I pretty much have had it ever since. I love this thing. It writes upside down. It glides through the paper. I love this pen, and I pretty much try to carry it with me every day. If I don't, I'm just carrying another pen or another form of writing. I pretty much always have some form of writing apparatus with me. Again, I think I picked that up in the military and it just stuck with me. So Parker pen is pretty much what I carry with me at all times. I just like the stainless steel look. The way it writes, it's great and all that. And if you've owned Parker pens, you know they're great. But I just really like the look. I like the weight, and it's easy to carry. And I love this pen, so I pretty much always have it with me. For a flashlight, it's my handy dandy Olight. What is this one called? The 3T EOS. This thing is awesome. It's due for a new battery. It actually takes AAA batteries. And I mean, it's pretty convenient. It works. It's super bright when the battery is, charged. Well, not charged, but when you have a new battery or a fresh battery. I haven't swapped the battery out on this one in over like 9 months, and I use this thing all the time. So I don't always carry the light with me. With the days being longer now, I find myself pretty much leaving this at home pretty much every day now, unless I'm doing something in the backyard and the sun has already set or something like that. But when I am carrying a light, this is what I'm carrying with me. When daylight saving happens and it's 5 o'clock and it's super dark out, this thing is my friend, constantly using it. It's a little beat up. I drop it all the time, but it's held up real nice. Love this thing, worth every penny. I think everybody should carry some form of light with them that's not attached to their gun. And you never know when you may need one. And I pretty much always try to have a light that has some type of clip, because it just makes it easier to carry. So that's what I carry for a light. These are my keys. Wife got me this not too long ago. It's an MP5. It's pretty cool. But just regular keys. Now, these are save keys for my guns and house key stuff. We have multiple cars, so I don't attach my car keys to my actual keys. I just grab whatever car I'm using that day and I grab the keys. Now, the older I get, the more I use this little clip. I used to never clip keys to my belt buckle or clip keys to anything. I used to just put keys in my pocket. But the older I get, the more I'm doing these things where I'm just like in full dad mode, and it rocks. I mean, it's convenient as hell to just clip this thing to your belt loop and keep it moving. I love this. It's super easy to carry. I don't have to put it in my pocket. It's great. Love it. Now, this isn't a real Sharpie. I pretty much always try to carry this with me. It is, if you've been on my channel, you know that I carry these sharp Sharpies with me in case of an emergency, in case you gotta shank somebody. But honestly, you never know when you may need something like this and may save your life. It's super easy to carry. I can go through metal detectors with this, flights. I can take this pretty much anywhere. If I were to take out, now if this is a real Sharpie here, if I were to open it, it's a real Sharpie. And if I were to put it side by side with the sharp Sharpie, you can't tell. It's pretty much identical. Can't tell. So I try to carry this with me pretty much everywhere I go. Now, I have different versions. Let me see if I can whip out a couple of these. So I may change the style that I'm carrying that day. So we have blue, red. We have this Milwaukee one that's real nice. And yeah, I try to carry at least one of these, and I try to get the wife to carry at least one of these every day. Again, you may never know when something like this may save your life. You may be somewhere where they didn't allow you to have your gun with you and you couldn't have a knife or anything like that. And this may be what is standing in the way from someone hurting you or taking your life. So I carry one of these Sharpies. It doesn't happen every day. So again, with the whole EDC thing, it's whatever works for that day, and I may not always have this on me, but I try to at least have one of these on me. I try to. So Sharpies, these are awesome. Check them out. Get one for yourself. Get one for your loved ones, for your wife, your daughters. These things, again, could save your life one day. Now, chapstick it's a controversial thing that I carry with me because honestly, my problem is my intake of water. Now, when I was younger, when I was in the military, when I played sports, when I was just younger, I used to drink water like it was no problem. I used to carry a gallon of water with me everywhere I go. I went to the gym all the time. No big deal, no problem. The older I get, the less water I drink. I mean, there's some days I have more Diet Coke than I have water. I mean, it happens. It is what it is. So I find myself using chapstick more and more because obviously I'm dehydrated. I'm not drinking enough water. So I used to make it a habit to carry. It's still a habit. I carry these everywhere. Again, I don't like having chapped lips, but again, I'm dehydrated. So this year I'm trying to make it a big effort. I'm trying to make a big effort to carry the chapstick less and carry water more. So I'd rather carry a jug of water or a thing full of water and fix the actual problem than to constantly carry a band-aid for the problem, which is the chapstick. So if I was hydrated and I drank enough water, I wouldn't need this as much, or I wouldn't need it at all. So, but as you can see, I mean, I have these things everywhere. Pretty much always carry a chapstick with me. Plus, my wife is always asking me for chapstick. She runs through these things. So most of the time I'm carrying this for her, honestly. And then lastly, the knife that I carry, and this is just a multi-tool, and it's a Gerber multi-tool. And I mean, as a dad, as a newbie fisherman, newbie golfer, newbie this, newbie that, I'm trying all these things. It's not a midlife crisis, I promise. I'm just trying all these things that I didn't know I enjoyed doing. And this thing, this multi-tool comes in handy a lot. I mean, it has everything you'd need: pliers, a knife, it has everything you need, and it has a clip so it's easy to carry. And most days I don't carry this multi-tool, but if I have my bag with me that I carry when I don't feel like putting things in my pocket, this thing is on me. And if I don't have it in my bag, it's close by. It may be on my belt or in my cargo shorts or wherever, but usually it's close by. So especially in the summer when I'm constantly doing things outside for the kids or whatever, this thing is awesome. As you can see, it's a little older, it's a little beat up, but it still works the way that it's supposed to. And I mean, Gerber makes great products. As you can see, I carry this knife of theirs, and again, this is a cheap knife. This is like 30 bucks. I stopped rocking my Benchmade my expensive knives because I felt bad using them, or I had this fear of losing them, and that sucked. So I just started getting these cheaper knives that I use all the time. I'm clearly going to use. I mean, this thing is pretty beat up. I drop it all the time. I use it on things all the time. I mean, it can go from daddy, I have gum in this Barbie's hair, can you cut it out, to cutting fishing lines, to cutting something in the backyard that got caught in the pool pump filter. So like, I needed something that's durable, that I wouldn't mind if I lost, and that worked as advertised, and this has been it. Now I have other knives, even smaller ones that don't have clips, that I just slip in my pockets, but this has been my go-to lately, and it's been awesome. It's like 30 bucks. I think I got it at Tractor Supply. It was on sale. It was like 30 bucks. I think I got it for 15. It was on sale. It was great, and I've been carrying it, and I'm pretty much going to carry this all summer long. So that's my knives. Now, when it comes to my guns this summer, these are the bad boys I'll be carrying this summer. This is my Zev OZ9C in my tier 1 concealed holster, and I have it in the shorty frame which is basically a Glock 19 frame, clear, and has the magwell, RMR, X300, Radiant Ramjet afterburner, DPM recoil spring system, and then everything else is pretty much stock. Rocking Glock mags, and I am rocking it in again a tier 1 concealed sidecar with pretty much, I pretty much have an extended magazine on my spare mags, and I like the shorty frame for the summer because it's super easy to conceal. I can rock this with shorts, sweatpants, which is pretty much what I'm always rocking in the summertime. And with this tier 1 concealed holster, I mean, this is a breeze to carry even for the size of the gun that it is. And if I'm not carrying my Zev, I'm carrying my Canik TP9 SC Elite Clear. It has the EPS carry up top, TLR 7A Streamlight, Freedom Smith trigger shoe, threaded barrel directly from Canik. Got this from their site. People ask me about this threaded barrel all the time. I got this directly from Canik. Sometimes they're sold out, but I got it from their site directly. A Taylor Freelance extended mag. And when I carry my Canik, I pretty much carry it like this, no spare mag, unless I have my bag with me and I'm doing something that's further than my neighborhood, essentially. And these two have been my go-to. Now, again, this whole EDC gun rotation thing, it's a living organism to me. It's constantly changing. Right now, honestly, to me, it's a phase thing. Right now, all it took for me to carry this more than I was carrying my other guns, 19X or my 2.0 or any other guns that I've carried. One day I was in my safe. I literally was like, oh, TP9. I took it out of the holster. I had it in a holster just like this. Took it out of the holster. It went like this. And I was like, God damn, this thing is sexy as hell. And I fell in love with it. And I had to carry it the next day. And then I carried the next day and the next day. And then I've been carrying it a shit ton. And basically rotate between these two. Now, at the end of the summer or midsummer, I may start carrying my PO1 or my SPO1 or one of my 19Xs or one of my bigger Caniks or my 43X. But for right now, these two are it. I feel like these two fit the bill perfectly for the summer as far as like capacity and comfort level. I mean, this TP9 SC Elite is super comfortable to carry. Now, it's a chunky boy, but in this holster with the leisure carry system belt thing, where is it? With leisure carry belt thing, super easy to carry, carrying it with shorts, sweatpants, like I said, super consistent draws, and I love this thing. And by the way, got back from the beach the other day, and I put my whole everything in my backpack, put it on the ground, went about my day, playing with the kids or whatever. Huge rogue wave comes, and basically the whole bag is soaked. Everything got wet. Gun got wet, holster, everything got wet. And everything held up pretty much just fine. I mean, there's a little rust on here, but that's pretty much it. This thing is still rock solid, no issues whatsoever. I mean, this thing is awesome. Now, if I was carrying one of my SIGs or one of my SIG P365s at the beach when that happened, the whole thing would have turned into rust. The whole thing would have turned into rust. And I was actually carrying this gun particularly, and no rust anywhere. I'm talking about not a piece, not a dust speckle of rust anywhere. Finish is fine. Everything is fine. Everything runs the way it's supposed to. No issues whatsoever. No rust. And I've gotten this one wet at the beach too, sweated all over it, no rust whatsoever. But if it was one of my SIGs 365, just any of my SIGs really, even my 320, I would have gotten some rust somewhere, even if it was just in the magazine. So I just, any chance I get to bag on SIG, I will, because those motherfuckers, man, I've spent so much money with them, and they just disappoint me. They're just like that kid that just, you disappoint me, child. So yeah, so these are the guns I'm carrying this summer. Now, when it comes to carrying a gun in the summer, you got to make sure that you carry something that is comfortable for you. Don't just listen to some guy on the internet saying what he likes. I like this combination because I've tested it extensively. I carried extensively, and I figured out that one, I love these guns. Two, I love how they feel when I carry them. I'm very capable with them, and yeah, I just gravitate to them. I want to carry these guns every day. It's not a chore to me. I have other guns that I've carried that it's a chore to carry. It's not fun, and it shouldn't be that way. Find what works for you. Find the gun that works for you. If it's a 43X, perfect. If it's a Shield Plus, perfect. But make sure that you're carrying it and make sure that it's comfortable for you. I've had days where I carried my gun in the house knowing that I wasn't going to go anywhere. But you got to figure out what works for you. You know, bending over, doing this, doing that, you know, going to the beach. So sometimes I'm at the beach with the kids. At the end of the day, we just go to the beach and just walk the beach, and I have my gun on me. And I want something that I can do stuff like that and still be comfortable. I don't want to look forward to getting home to take my rig off or take my gun off because it's so uncomfortable. It's like women with their high heels. I don't want an experience like that at all. So find what works for you. Some days I don't want to carry my sidecar. Some days I don't want to carry this, and that's okay. I'll keep it minimal and I'll carry what I feel like I want to carry and what's comfortable to me. And I'll carry it just like this. And it'll be super comfortable, and it is what it is. I don't have to carry an extra. I mean, you don't have to carry an extra mag. I don't feel bad for not carrying an extra mag, and it works just fine. I have 15+1, and it works perfectly fine. Some days I want to keep it even lighter than this. I take the X300 off, throw a spare TLR 7A on here, and then grab one of my T-Rex arms holsters. I throw it in this bad boy, no magazine holder or anything like that. Super light, super convenient, and it works great. So figure out what works for you. Figure out what combination works for you, and rock that. I think that there's too many videos out there, too many people out there trying to push the idea that what they're doing, what they're carrying is the right way to do it. There is no right way. There's your way, and then there's a highway. There's your way, and then there's everybody else's way. So figure out what your way is. Now, those are the guns. Now, as far as ammo goes, there's tons of ammo out there, fellas, ladies, gentlemen, gents, children, kids, everybody out there listening. There's a ton of ammo out there. But for me right now, 124 plus Ps and these 115 Winchester silver tips are what I carry. And my guns, this is like filet mignon to my guns. You know, they run these flawlessly. I noticed that the guns that I carry run the best with this type of defensive ammo. You know, everybody's gun's different. Everybody's setup is different. Find what works for you. One of my videos, I spoke about figuring out what ammo works for your gun and just getting to know ammo a little bit better. So do a little bit of research, go to the range, buy tons of ammo, figure out what works best for your setup, and run that. And that's what I run for my ammo, and that's probably what I run this summer and the winter and for the foreseeable future, unless I run into another spicier type of ammo. So this is what I've been running, and that's pretty much it. And then I pretty much have my wallet with me at all times. Now, I mentioned earlier that I went to the beach. There's days where I carry a bag with me because I don't want to carry a bunch of stuff in my pockets, and because I'm going somewhere further than my neighborhood. Like, for example, I'm going to the beach, I most likely will have a bag or something with me. Now, if I have a bag with me like this, I will pretty much always have a spare mag in here. So this is a MC9 or TP9 spare mag. I'll have spare lighter again, spare bag, battery, what do you call these battery packs in case your phone dies or anything like that, for emergencies. I have a trauma pack with me, which I recommend everybody have. So I bought a bunch of these. I put one in this bag, one in each car. I pretty much litter my life with these, and as well as a tourniquet. So I have one in each car, one in my bag, one in, pretty much if we're going somewhere, we have a couple of these, because if you can remember to carry something that takes a life I think you can remember to carry something that may save a life as well. So I think it's just as important to have something like this around than it is to just have something like this around. Now, I may not always carry this on my body, and I know that somebody out there is going to be like, well, it's great to carry it on body. There's systems that allow you to do that. That's great. It's not realistic for me and my lifestyle and what I'm doing, but I pretty much always try to have one or two of these within arm's length. Within arm's length. Yeah, there you go. And you may never know when you may need one of these, and you may save someone's life by just having one of these. And not just having one of these, knowing how to properly use it, apply it, and again, potentially save someone's life. So, and then what else? And then another spare mag. So carry spare mag, tourniquet, trauma pack, batteries, anything that, gum, I throw it in here and I'll carry it in here. So I think that I've gone through phases where I carried a bunch of shit in my pockets, and it works, and you can make that work, and but it's annoying as hell, and you'll enjoy what happens is you end up resenting carrying anything when you're going out the door. You just grab your keys and go. So figure out a system that works for you, that works for the weather that you're in, the state that you're in, the laws, whatever, and rock that. So this is what I'm rocking this summer. Hopefully I'll have a bunch of range video and footage this summer, doing a bunch of classes, meeting up with a couple great guys that are also on YouTube, so stay tuned for that. Yeah, just wanted to keep this damn video short, but 26 minutes later, here we are. Appreciate you guys watching the video. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Again, find what works for you. Find what works for you, and then rock out, and be safe, be respectful, recycle. And hopefully you never have to discharge your gun. But if you do, be prepared, stay calm, and, go to work. Appreciate you guys tuning in. See you guys on the next one. Deuces.